And it does.
Well, that might be because it is.
Yeah.
Kahlan, it is pretty fucking selfish.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to be the one that, like, it seems selfish because I took an oath, and everyone is like, dude, the oath is to the people. The oath wasn't to the alliance that you had formed before. Like, you're gonna save the people. How are you not getting this?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to me that Kahlan has lost some of the connection, maybe. Like, we know she loves all the people of the Midlands. We know that she would do anything for the people of the Midlands, but that's in her position as the official Mother Confessor. Whereas Richard's position as the Seeker is not as widely recognized. Like, okay, it's recognized, but he's not the boss of anybody. He's just the Seeker, and he can be wildly effective not being the boss of people. Kahlan, I think, needs to accept that a little bit. Look, you still are you. You still have your power. You still have your mission. You don't have to have a government signature for you to do that.
Yeah, she's just upset about the tradition being fucked with, and, you know, it's the title and the image of all of it. It's not the reality, it's the appearance of the situation that she's upset about. And that's what she's not, like, letting go
Letting
of.
go? Yeah.
Adie assures Kahlan, Richard fucking knows all of this. That's what, like, that's what the letter was about. But he would rather lose her love than be killed and have everybody else enslaved by the Order. Like, this is really simple. I don't get how I mean, I know it's personal for you, but come on, Kahlan.
Well, it's not romantic. That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I'm going to be real with you. I don't want to die. I don't want to be enslaved. So I'm going to risk you and I to make sure that doesn't happen. Because a priority list, I want to love you. I want to be with you. I do anything to do that. But, like, I don't want to die either.
And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is just comes down to the romance of it. Like, he doesn't care about her feelings or her love, or that's the way it comes across. To a point. He cares more about, like, the reality of the big picture shit than her and her feelings and their relationship, which is what he should be doing and what he should care about. But as a personal, like, relationship, she's hurt.
It's not about emotions right now. We have some serious things. It's not about emotion right now. We've got some serious shit that we have to deal with. Now, after we deal with this, of course we're going to have a conversation. Of course I'm going to figure out exactly what I did to upset you, how I can make it better, and take care of your emotional needs. But until we are for certain that we are not going to die today, let's just put a pin in it.
But Kahlan can't quite see that yet. Zedd, however, is worried about the keep. His focus is on the keep, not necessarily Kahlan's feelings either. And he doesn't want the keep to fall to the Order. And
understandable.
He's also worried about Richard getting curious enough to check it out. And they go through like 5 different reasons that Richard could possibly go into the keep. Because at first they're like, nah, he wouldn't. And then they're like, well, maybe he would if there was like, if he thought the Merizwith, or if he thought like somebody was killing somebody there, or like books.
Yeah, books. That was the big one. So it's like, fuck, I told him there was books in there.
Yeah. If there was something you wanted, you know, there's like a lot of reasons. Or if he's just curious, he could just want to peek. They're like, yeah, Richard.
And they slowly come around to the fact that
he's going to.
He's definitely going in there. Would he? Yeah, duh. Yes, he will.
And since he has subtractive magic, he will be able to walk right through all the shields, just like he did at the Palace of the Prophets. And it's going to be super fucking dangerous. It's going to be like a death trap in there for him, because he could just like stumble into a fucking room full of death spells and not realize it.
Now, this always kind of fucked my brain a little bit, because Zedd is wizard numero uno, right? He's the top number 1 guy. He's in charge. The keep is his keep. And yet, there are places that he doesn't go into the keep because they would be too dangerous even for him. Now, I understand the ancient magic is very powerful, and throughout time, wizards have gotten a little less powerful, so I get that point of it. But at the same time, it feels like if that's your keep, you should be able to go into every room, whether or not it'll kill you. And maybe Zedd has access, you know? But like, Richard, being who Richard is, being the Seeker, I feel like they're worrying about him getting into something that he shouldn't be getting into at the keep, and then turning around and saying, but we got to trust his instincts because he's a seeker, is a little weird.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. What was confusing to me, because, okay, yeah, I think that maybe it just comes down to, like, ancient magic and things as to what Zedd doesn't want to fuck with. But it's kind of weird to me that I get that he doesn't have subtractive magic, and a lot of people aren't born with it anymore. But it's strange that there are shields, so many shields all through the keep, and he can walk through every single one of them just because he has subtractive magic, not even because he has, like, control over it.
Like the ability to use the subtractive magic to undo a shield or a special lock or something that you would need that skill to do. It's just like, no, you got it. You're in, man. Right.
Like the strongest shield that Zedd could have made, which is, you would assume he would have locked that bitch down. Like, locked it down with, like, the best fucking most protective spells ever. But because Richard was, like, born with the subtractive, he could just stroll through there.
Just
that seems like a giant fucking security risk.
Walk in, twirling a cane.
Yeah.
It's the velvet rope. It's 80s night at the club, and my collar is popped.
I get subtractive magic has been gone for a while, but, like, I feel like you should have some type of secondary security, like, maybe just a deadbolt. How about just a deadbolt?
Just a simple.
Just in case somebody does have subtractive magic, because otherwise that's really just foolhardy.
Look, he's got phenomenal cosmic powers, but turns out he's dumb as shit. We put a little thumbtack on the other side of the door, and he didn't even try to push on it. So
I'm just saying, considering how many fucking people that we know have subtractive magic, it's just silly that somebody who has no control over his gift can just stroll right through the most powerful fucking shields ever just because he was born with something and he knows nothing of it. Anyways, so they realize that because of all of this, they have to go back to Adendril. Like, now. Traveling all the way back there, where they've been running from, and this has all been a big waste of fucking time.
Yep. So now that you've walked hundreds of miles in the wrong direction, you can start coming this way now. Which, okay, I will say, I don't think it's for no reason, because they did have to get away from Adendril. Again, we were talking about the Wizard's Keep. I agree with you. That's definitely an option that probably should have been better looked into. But barring that, they had to get away from the people that were there.
Yeah.
So I get them leaving the city. But I also feel like they could have gone somewhere else just outside of town and been just as safe as running hundreds of miles away.
They were going to Galea, though. They had a plan.
Yeah, they were going to set up camp, and I understand all of that. So there was a purpose, I guess, is what I'm saying. It wasn't a totally, like, okay, their time has been wasted since they're not going to go with that plan anymore. But them leaving was not a waste. It wasn't totally useless.
No, and I mean, we don't even get into the logistics of, like, oh, is everybody going back to Adendril? Or is just a couple of us going? Are the rest of you continuing on to Ebonicia? Because we're just, like, right there, and you guys live there anyways? Maybe King Harold can, like, actually do something and, like, sit on the throne while I'm away. Do it, like, I'm officially queen. He can be, like, the one, watching over things.
Like regent or something while I'm gone.
While I take off. Like, I don't know what the whole deal is with that, but yes.
That's all. I just like, well, this is totally wasted. Like, no, it's not. You're alive. So, worked. Maybe you leaned in a bit too far was the problem.
Yeah.
Should have gone a couple of miles, not like 200 miles away.
But talking about the amount of time it's taken, the idea of Gratch carrying, well, at first, all of them comes up. And then it, obviously that's not going to fucking happen. And it's decided that Zedd is the only one that's, like, conceivably able to go with him because he's able to make himself a little bit lighter so that Gratch can fly and carry him at the same time.
Yeah, and he's, like, the skinniest one there. We know that, too.
Yeah.
So he would have been an obvious first choice, even had he not been able to do that to himself. But it does sound like it requires a bit of effort, so he can't do the whole group.
Right.
He can only focus on himself, and it's going to be exhausting. He repeats that a couple of times. This is going to take, like, everything I have to do it.
Well, he's going to be doing it continually for, like, 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Well, it took Gratch, I think they figured, almost a month to reach Kahlan and them, so it could be up to a month.
Yeah, so long-ass time.
What they need is some sort of contraption gizmo, gadget, device, whatever it is, that can help them travel extremely fast or extremely far away in super short amounts of time.
Like an airplane?
Or a magic thing?
Like a carpet?
Like space tubes? I'm alluding, but not alluding. See how I did that? You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
That would be super convenient right now.
Convenient. So Kahlan decides that the threat of Mariswith isn't worth Zedd and Gratch staying. They have to get to Richard as fast as fucking possible.
Yeah.
None of these Mariswith have come yet, so let's just fucking make this the battle decision right now. You guys are going. I'm gonna be fine. Adie can help me. And he's like, she's blind as fuck. She ain't gonna see Mariswith. And they're like, well, they're not coming anyways. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. We haven't worried about him yet, so let's not start now. Although, from this point on, they're going to be headed back towards Aidendrill. They're probably going to start showing up more. One could assume.
Also, we may know of some other people that are possibly heading that way.
Towards them from
Yeah.
Aidendrill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
So it is going to be more
Maybe-
dangerous on the way back.
yeah, maybe we should just all stay together, but whatever.
That's rule number 1 of a horror movie. Never fucking leave the group.
Yeah, I mean, like
Let's
you said,
split up. We can cover more ground. Let's not do that.
Richard intended for them all to stick together and come back as
Exactly.
soon as possible.
Yeah, because Gratch is there, Zedd is there. Like, your people are there. I want you with the people. Stay with the group. Stay together, have the advantage. It's smart. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to take 2 of our arguably strongest defense guys, and we're going to just take them right out of the equation, and we'll be fine. Just be like, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
No, and I mean, I get they want to get to him as soon as possible because they don't want him to do something stupid. But, like, send one guy on a horse with, like, 2 other horses behind him and be like, you go as fast as you fucking can. Kill those horses. I don't care. You get there ASAP, and we're going to be following you. You know what I mean?
That's called pulling a Richard now.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that would make more sense.
Yes.
Or at least, I know it sucks to do it, especially if you're in a group of people that you're close with. You'd be like, okay, who is giving us the least of an advantage? Not saying they're useless, not saying they're not important, but in this situation, right, we have Jeb, who can see the future. We have Adie, who is like a bone woman. You got Zedd, who's all-powerful wizard. Gratch, obviously, he's a fucking big-ass lovable beastie. Who doesn't want him around? And then you do have, like, the rest of the army.
Mm-hmm.
That's there, too. So there's an entire army there. A whole army. So you keep your seer, the person who can read the future. You keep the wizard and the Gar, because obviously they're going to help you in a fight. You send Adie. That's who I would send. Because right now, she can do the least to help. And he can't carry... Well, I don't know if he could carry Adie to begin with, but, like, she's blind, but she can use her magic. She can do shit.
Yeah, he can't carry her, especially if you want him to stay.
Yeah, and I mean... I guess that would be it. She would have to walk. That might take a little fucking while.
Yeah, I guess that was my thought, is that you need to send somebody who can get there quick, and Addie's blind. I mean,
So
she can
Gratch
see with her gift, but
has to go.
No, I'm saying you have horses probably, and you have numerous soldiers. You send one of them little peons off with like 2, 3, 4 fucking horses, and you just say, you fucking full tilt, go. Here's a bag of fucking food. You are not stopping. Piss on the horse. I don't care. Go as fast as you can, and we will be following you. Take this letter to Richard that
Here's
says...
a string on a stick with a carrot. Go.
Right. Here's a letter that says, don't go in the goddamn keep. We will be there in 5 minutes. Maybe not 5 minutes. However long it's going to take us. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you.
Anyways. So at this point, after it's been decided that Gratch is going to be taking Zedd off into the air, Jeb's vision comes up. Because obviously, like, duh.
Oh,
Like,
hey!
you're going to have wings. And
It's the thing!
Kahlan presents it as, like, a cute thing. She's like, hey, just like Jeb's vision, you're going to be, like, flying, huh? And he's like, yeah. She said it was going to be dropped in a ball of fire. Yeah.
She... That was great.
Yeah.